Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more NEO Scavenger episode 3 for our series here. We left off last time right outside Zamzam's. We're going to go ahead and head inside there because there's really nothing else for us to do. We could loot some of these areas out and around here, I guess, maybe before we do, but there's probably no point because we're probably not going to find a whole lot. Usually the areas right outside Zam's have been looted to like hell and high water. You know, these like, they're super, it's just nothing, it's nothing good. All right, let's just head inside there. Yeah, especially before we start fighting people like that. Okay, as the source of the distant sound finally comes into view, you stop in your tracks, unsure whether it's safe to continue. Ahead, you see a titanic warehouse, like one of those distribution centers from before the apocalypse. There's a dull roar of ethanol generators, combined with the occasional rev of unsuppressed exhaust from off-road vehicles. Figures seem to be milling around a low extension on the right, and the occasional ATV arrives or departs without fanfare. You don't think you've been spotted yet this far out, though with all the activity, it's hard to tell. We're going to go ahead and use our scope here. Peering into the distance, you see a bright sign reading Zamzam's, a place to eat, hanging over a giant garage door fenced off behind tarp and barbed wire. Bright lights, welding arcs, and peculiar shadows can be seen in the fenced area, and more lights from within the warehouse. A semi-trailer attached to one of the loading bays acts as a makeshift gate and pedway into the warehouse. Ragged-looking figures line up outside the trailer, watched over by armed mercenaries. It looks more like a club than anything else except for that tarp area. When you see it, a truck on the other side offloading prisoners or slaves of some sort. That doesn't bode well, but then again, people come and go freely everywhere else and are entering voluntarily through the pedway. So, we're going to go ahead and approach the line. While in line, you feel a flutter of anxiety each time the line advances. With each step, you try to catch a glance of what's through the doorway in the trailer, but you still can't tell. Most of the people in line are ragtag looking, wearing mismatched clothes and stinking of sweat. Some confused, others bored. The guards are better groomed by comparison, though you suspect they'd just as soon murder you for your clothes if they weren't being paid. Up a few wooden plank steps, you step inside the semi-trailer, and hollow sounds of a crowd echo down the narrow corridor from the warehouse. To your right is a clipboard and mesh booth where an attendant is collecting fees and weapons and stamping people before they walk down the trailer into the warehouse. Stock or spectator, the attendant drones, looking disinterestedly past you. So, obviously stock, you know, livestock, probably not the way to go. And I'm not going to say because I don't think that's a good way to do either. So we're going to say spectator. What you got? Looking behind her, you see eye slabs, shoes, and sundry items. It looks like they are definitely some items they'll accept more than others, at least today. So that's what the phone's for. We're going to give her the phone and see if that is what they want. You offer your item, she stashes in a metal locker. Hand, she demands, reaching for a stamp as you present your hand. She applies a symbol and number, then nods to another grisly merc who checks you for weapons. He tosses your confiscated items into a numbered bin and ushers you down the trailer. Inside, it's 1 part super club, 1 part gladiator pit. A wall of sound assaults your ears as you cross the threshold. Part human cacophony, part generator exhaust, mostly frenetic industrial music, and the smell of food and smoke. You can't hear it over the noise, but you can feel your stomach rumble at the smell of sweet barbecue. The cavernous warehouse is dominated by a dirt-floored arena with high mesh walls. Spectators ring the pit on 3 sides, the 4th reserved for a large garage door leading outside into the tarp-fenced courtyard. Beyond the door, you catch the flash of welding arcs where it appears scrapyard robots are being prepped. And opposite the garage door, the thing you really care about right now, a wide booth with grills spewing sweet and spicy smoke into the rafters above. People clamor to get at it and walk away with their prize smeared over hands and lips alike. Barbecue. Oh God, yes. I love barbecue. You wade through dirty patrons and tend on manhandling some ribs or beans and rice or whatever it is they've got cooking over there. Who knows how long you've been in cryo, how long it's been since you've had a hot meal. Pressing your way through this final wall of hungry patrons, you get an elbow on the counter and desperately try to make eye contact with one of the servers. A few eternal minutes later, one of the apron-clad food slingers glances at you and you nod like an excited dog. He reaches into a smoker box, withdraws a loaded skewer, and places it in your hand. Sweet, succulent barbecue. Savoring it at first, you start to grow paranoid that it'll be snatched from your hands, and you bear down on it with renewed fervor, hurtling with it against your lips as you absently walk away from the grill. This meat, it's like good, fully developed veal, not young but not yet beef. Yes, very definitely like that, and not like any other meat you've tasted. In fact, so much so that you think no person with a palate of ordinary normal sensitivity could distinguish it from veal. It is mild, good meat, with no other sharply defined or highly characteristic taste such as, for instance, goat, high game, and pork have. The steak is slightly tougher than prime veal, a little stringy, but not too tough or stringy to be agreeably edible. The roast is tender and in color, texture, smell as well as taste, strengthens your certainty that of all the meats you've habitually known, veal is the one meat to which this meat is accurately comparable. Just then, an announcer pipes up. With that, some oscillating voice every strip club DJ seems to have, he starts hyping the crowd. "Can you count, suckers?" he shouts. Patrons start yelling back. "I said, can you count, suckers?" On cue, a testosterone-fueled wave of shouts come from the floor. "Raise those numbers," he calls with expectation, and everybody raises their fists in unison. The music changes, lights switch to UV, and numbers appear in all stamped hands. Your heart starts to race as you realize what's happening. Oh God, please don't be our number. Looking around, everyone has a stamp, most like yours. They all have numbers, but it's clear now what the symbols are. Patrons like you have silhouettes of vultures next to their numbers. Those unlucky few who don't have lambs. The announcer calls a number, a low number. Feeling somewhat relieved, you raise your hand above your head. Patrons around you look up at it, up to it for a moment, then continue scanning the crowd. A scream of protests erupt from the far side of the arena. Everyone nearby looks across, where a commotion is starting. A man is hoisted into the air like a crowd surfer at a concert and propelled to the arena gate. Patrons claw the remainder of his barbecue from his flailing hands. Jesus Christ, fighting over it like dogs. Guards wrangle the struggling man and toss him into the dirt floor in the arena as the gate is sealed behind him. The winner is a filthy, weak, and confused-looking human. As he clambers to his feet, a clacking and squeaking sound crescendos from the opposite side of the arena. Cheers start erupting throughout the warehouse as the source of the noise rolls into the arena through the garage door. I gotta take a drink. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay. The bot is a little more than a heavy treaded ring of barbed spikes. A haphazardly hung LED sticker sits atop its mass, flickering the words Morning Star, confirming your suspicions as to its nature. Without pausing, the bot starts closing in on the human who, to his credit, has given up rattling the gate and is now facing the more immediate danger. He starts circling left, leading the bot on one side of the pit, then clashes right as fast as he can, bypassing the bot. The move buys him a few seconds as the bot spins in place on its treads, but he ends up in the same situation on the reverse side of the arena. This continues for a few laps with the human visibly wearing down. Perhaps realizing his error, he switches tactics and leads the robot towards a support column and allows it to get close before ducking around behind it. The bot starts turning in place, but the treads get hooked on the pillar, and for a moment it appears to be stuck. You can sense the tingle of hope in the man as he watches the bot rock to and fro for several seconds. However, the bot's rocking eventually frees it, and it turns to face him again. Crestfallen, the man returns to his original strategy of dodging the robot like a bullfighter, even more slowly each pass. It doesn't take long for the robot to wear down its already weakened prey, and it scores its first hit, trampling his leg under treads. The man's cry of pain is lost in a wave of cheering from the crowd as the robot backs up. The man hardly has time to limp before it rams him again, this time falling through and impaling him against the wall. Drunk with bloodlust, the crowd is now screaming as the robot backs away once more from the stumbling, bleeding man. The bot rams him into the wall one more time and backs away, this time with a human stuck on its spikes. The crowd cries out in ecstasy, which eventually simmers down to a rabble as the arena service personnel remove the entrails. Your mouth agape, you suddenly feel a wave of nausea, you begin looking around panicked. We gotta get the hell out of here. We are just gonna try... No, we are not gonna see what happens next. We're gonna leave. Spotting the door you came in, you start pushing your way through the crowd. Maybe you can hand in your chit, get your stuff, and go. Hell, maybe you should just forget the stuff and leave before anyone notices. Hold it, dude. Oh, geez. The voice startles you, even amidst the shouting crowd, and you turn to find a young man with an old face. He looks to be of Asian descent, with hair like a mop, big aviator glasses, and an improbably white fur coat. You really think you're just going to walk back out the way you came in? He's visibly amused. You don't notice any weapons, but then again, in that outfit. Relax, I don't work here. In fact, I'm going to try to make sure you don't either. Come on. He turns and heads towards the garage door. Since that's away from the arena, human-sized gate, you decide to follow. You get the sense he's a patron too, or at least not with the management, as neither guard nor patron seems to pay him much attention. A little bird told me, he shouts over the crowd of music, you might know a thing or two about cryogenics. He talks over his shoulder as he walks, as if tossing words your way. I know a guy who's looking for some heavy-duty cooling units. He may be willing to trade for some info on where to score a few. You arrive at the massive garage door, and the cool air seems tinged with ozone. His name's the Stoat. Come on, dude, I'll introduce you. Out in the robot prep yard, mechanics are tending to their creations. Your companion stops alongside a tall robot, reminiscent of a farm combine. You shudder to think what it does to a human with those blades, but then something inside moves. Crawling out the feeder house behind the blades is a mechanic who looks around and, satisfied, waves another out. The second looks more like one of the patrons than a mechanic, starved and scared. The pair skulk along the fence line and disappear out of sight. Fur coat guy turns back to you with a proud yet devious grin on the face. The stoat is pleased to make your acquaintance. Now about that medical plan, he suggestively taps his wrist. Okay, so that guy's actually the stout. Alright, so about that trade, just give him the info, give him the bracelet. Well, let's see, he suggestively taps his wrist, so I feel like he wants the bracelet. But I'm not going to ask him about the trade. That seems kind of disrespectful, and I don't really want to anger him when he's standing by a machine with spinning blades. So I'm just going to give him the info. I'm not going to give him the bracelet because I don't think that's a good idea. It's got my name and everything on it. I'm just going to tell him where the cryogenic place is. I don't want him to know anything about me. Unsure whether you want to give up the strap, you self-consciously fidget with it a moment, then read it over once more. Instead, you decide to share the facility address, but keep your name to yourself. Exactly. Smart, he says, tapping the side of his head with his index finger. You're a smart dude. Tell you what. He pulls the box out from under a flight case near the Combine bot. Here. He opens the box. Unclaimed, lost, and found. Let's say, as for me, I may have to check into your fancy clinic soon. I think of coming down with a little something. He fake coughs and clears his throat, grinning. So he's going to head to the clinic. Okay, see, I kept my name to myself. That was important. He looks over your shoulder. Oh, also, you'll probably want these back. You turn and see a familiar face from the front gate. She drops your checked items in a lockbox. You cast a glance back at the stoat, and he shrugs. What? I can't do this alone. Your safest bet is to go along the fence where they went. He thumbs over his shoulder, indicating the route the mechanic and patron followed. Unless you're still hungry, he laughs, mocking a vomiting motion. See you around, dude, he calls over his shoulder, walking back to the warehouse. Stoat's friends waits as you gather your things from the lockbox. Better make sure you empty that locker while you have the chance. Once ready, you head along the fence back to the relative sanity of the wastelands. Okay, so let's see what we actually got. So we've got the lockbox here. This is Zom's, and we got a bunch of stuff that he gave us. So we've actually got a backpack with 100%. Which is pretty good, and we've got some water and a handful of berries, but I'm not sure if they're safe to eat. Alright, and then we've got our lockbox here. So let's go ahead and just empty out the lockbox right off the bat, because I know I want to put the rifle. I know I want this. I kind of want the spear, but we're not going to be able to take it. This backpack is 87, so I may as well take the 100. So we'll empty this out, take all of our stuff. This pan is 59. We'll take the one that's 100. I want all my bottles of water, including the bottle of water that he has here. Like so. And I'll even just get rid of this one for now. We're thirsty, so we'll actually use this. Ditch that. Oh, the meat cleaver. I had it on me. Let's see. Yeah, those pants are in really good condition. So we'll take them. And actually, that shoe is in really good condition. It's a lot better than the rags we've got. So that should help us get rid of the blisters on our feet. Oh, we've got 2 lighters here. On top of the lighter we already have. So that's awesome. We got some food that we'll just go ahead and eat. Like I said, I'm not going to eat those berries. I don't know if they're poisonous or not. Where's my glass shards? They're right here. We got glass shards that are all at 100, so I can't complain there. I'll just take all those. And that's a broad spear at 100, isn't it? I really hate to leave that here. But the crowbar is going to get me a lot of loot. We better keep the crowbar. I don't think it's going to be a good idea to leave it. I really want that broad spear, though. It's better in terms of fighting than the crowbar. Got these strings. It's definitely better in terms of fighting. I could take the meat cleaver. At least I'll have something on me for when the crowbar, you know, if I have to fight somebody. I mean, I can also use the rifle to beat somebody. The crowbar just gets me a lot more loot. Without the crowbar, I can't enter locked sheds. Once we sell the rifle, we'll be good, but we're not going to be selling the rifle for a little bit. Well, I've got those glass shards with 100%, so I can make my own 100% crowbar. Broad spear. So let's get the hell out of here and be done with that place. Oh boy, go into the woods and lose them. Not that I probably couldn't fight them, but I just don't want to waste my time. All right, we've got to head north, and we've got to keep searching for things. Oh, we got another crowbar. If it's actually good condition, no. Another lighter. I've got so many now at 100%. They only go down like 1% when you use them, so I'll just leave it here. Oh, it's nighttime. I wasn't aware. Are we gonna be able to camp here or what? Oh crap! I apologize. I hit the wrong button. I constantly hit escape sometimes to get out of the menu, and I don't mean to do it. Okay. I wanted to see if we could camp here. It's not. How are we doing? Okay. Oh, that's healed up. Nice. Hey, that's healed up too. And we got the clean rags back. Where is our clean rags? Oh, did I leave them there? Damn it. I left them at Zomzoms. Well, too late to go back now, so we'll just have to leave them there. Definitely not going to go back. That sucks. I had a lot of clean rags. I can't believe I made that mistake. What else did I leave? Probably just the clean rags. Alright, I won't think too hard about it. We are tired. Let's keep looting a little bit. Let's use up the one that's here already. Bridget Lance, concert, UVD case. Okay. Tarp. We've got a scope with 70. This scope has 57. That would be much better. More lighters. Why am I finding so many lighters? They're usually not that easy to find. Okay, I want to go ahead and use... I got another scope. Strap. I'll probably sell the scopes with a strap, but I want the nice scope with a strap to be mine. If I can find that again. Binoculars with strap. Scope with strap. So the 70% one. And we can sell 30 bucks is nothing to laugh at. We're going to sell that for sure. I just got to make room for it. If you could find a bigger backpack, I wouldn't be opposed to it. It'd be nice. Not really sure what else I'm looking for at this point. We've got a lock storage set, which probably will have some, or usually has some good gear in it if I can unlock it. And I did. Oh, just a pan. Are you freaking kidding me? Not even good quality. What kind of crap is that? Watch me find more in this storage shed. Nope, just a sleeping bag. What the quality? Let's see, this is a value of 80. That's actually got an 80 value. Oh my god, what I would give. I could probably make it work. It's just going to be tricky. I don't know. Actually, if I eat these, then I can definitely make it work. There. I'd love to sell that. Okay, we got to keep heading north, but we've got to camp out. We can camp in this building, luckily. Real quickly, though, I want my sleeping bag. That gives me some good healing, and let's get some sleep. Alright. We're thirsty, so if we could find a nearby... Oh, damn it, I almost forgot my sleeping bag again. It's only a matter of time before I do that. I'm dead serious about that. I've made that mistake playing the game by myself. We are thirsty. Is this sterilized? It is. Is this sterilized? It is. Okay, we got to find another water source. It doesn't look like there's one really nearby, but we'll find something. Over there, perfect. Even if we get the water... Oh, melonhead. No. No, I can't believe I ran into that. That's a little odd. Okay, we got to keep moving then. We're not going to go anywhere near that water source. We're not having much luck with another one, but we're okay for water right now, so it's not like I'm dying for water. Okay, we should get some good loot here. We got another boot. 6.7 is not good. 51, that's 75. Got another cleaver, bad condition. No, it's nothing here. It's nothing worth having. Another melon head. That's odd. I'm not used to seeing them. They're not something you want to mess with right now. So we'll just head here. There, we can make this work. Let's rest. Okay. Alright, perfect. We'll head on over to this forest. So we can boil all this real quick. Make our friction fire. Oh, not enough moves, okay. There, now we'll make our friction fire. And we're going to go ahead and stoke it because we're going to be doing a lot with it here. Boil 3 water. We'll do that, 2, 3, 4. Just keep doing it till we can't. Oh yeah, are these all sterilized? I should have checked first to make... Oh, damn it, I didn't... Okay, luckily it was. I gotta check and make sure it's actually sterilized, okay. So all but one, okay. Ah, that's fine with me. It's plenty enough. Let's keep moving. That looks like a nice place to loot. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Just got a lot of buildings. Haven for toxic black mold. Causing discomfort like an allergy. Yikes. How are we? Are we okay? Yeah, just a little bit of immune system drop. I've actually could take this last amoxicillin. It's an antibiotic. It'll give us the immune system boost, but I'll hold off. See if it gets any worse. There we go. Oh, we found some boots. 30. Well, that's not as good of condition, but it's better in terms of what it is. Hopefully that'll get rid of our blisters. Famous Fetters UVDK, so it's worth $5 actually. 97, that's 98, okay. Just another bottle if I wanted to take it. I'm pretty good with all the bottles I got. I don't think I need any more bottles of right now unless I get a bigger backpack. Or a duffel bag or something. I'm not going to get any more bottles. Yeah, just like that. Oh my god, yes. Oh, Jesus. This has been the greatest run so far ever. Okay, do that so I can... No, that's fine then. I just want to make it so when I empty this out, it doesn't mess me up. Let's do this. Awesome. Oh my god. Tell me right now why we're so awesome. We'll put all our bottles here, so I will actually grab those other bottles. Grab these empty ones. It doesn't hurt to have them now. Fill this whole top row. Fill this whole top row with bottoms, and then we'll be good for bottled water. That'll be enough bottled water for pretty much the rest of the playthrough. So we've got a makeshift sack here. It's in kind of rough condition, but it's bigger than the box, so I think I'm going to take it. It should last us long enough till we find another one. Let's empty out the box. I want to take these. I want to take my scopes. For selling, those are for selling specifically. Let me see the flashlight. The water testers for selling, because all that's worth a good amount. That's why I got the rifle too, is for selling it. What else? I thought I saw other stuff. I've got my painkillers here. Nothing else really worth anything. How much is that boot worth? 17 bucks. $3.27, $31, but I have nowhere to put it. I do need the string actually. And I don't want to, I'm not worried about any foil. Okay, I think that's everything I want. What about my shards? Are these it right here? No. Those aren't it either, so I must have left them already somewheres. No, I've got them on me. They're right here. Well, that's 100%, so we want that. I'm going to leave the rest here, though. That's 400% shards, so if I want to make a broad spear, I've got some pretty good stuff to do it. Okay, let me see. Can we finish? Okay, there's nothing else to scavenge here, so we're going to call this episode here because we're out of time. Doing really good. Gonna keep heading north. I'm looking for a particular place. Once I find it, I'll explain, but I don't want to spoil it just yet for those people who aren't familiar with the game. So that being said, thank you all for joining me. Do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.